When you touch an egg, you discover what the chicken would have looked like.
But they won't? They won't be that? I guess they're unfertilized.
Well, when I thought of that one, I was like thinking of, a supermarket egg that's not going to become a chicken ever. But I guess
But they're not going to become a chicken because they're unfertilized, so how would you know how the chicken would look? You don't know what sperm would have... If you don't know the father because it never had a father because here it is in the supermarket as an egg, then how would you know what the chicken would look like?
You're the first person to bring that up.
I'm really surprised.
So.
I'm really shocked that every person that you know hasn't found the need to confront you on your egg power. Because it's really offensively flawed. It reminds me, actually, of the movie Prometheus, which is a very offensively flawed
That's
thing
a
as
good
well.
segue.
Isn't that a good segue? I liked it. It's a lot better than one of those stupid standy bike things. Your car may have gotten into some trouble today that gave you a rough day due to having to walk to a thing and push a car, but I suffered my own terrible fate on the weekend, and that was that I saw the movie Prometheus. We talked about this a couple podcasts ago, how I thought that the trailers and the lead-up was throwing up a lot of red flags for me.
Yes.
And then, because I am a reasonable person, and I think a rational person, I chose to calm down on my expectation that movie looked like it was going to be terrible. Because, yeah, there were a lot of signs that it was going to be bad, but I hadn't seen the movie, and it was totally conceivable that it would still be good for other unforeseen reasons. Truly, the trailer is not the movie, and is usually not made by the people who make the movie. So, Lord knows what it was going to actually be like. But I have to apologize to my cynical self in this situation. That movie was way worse than I was even expecting. It was probably one of the worst movies that I've ever seen in terms of the storyline and the characters. I would go so far as to say worse than The Phantom Menace. Like, The Phantom Menace has... The Phantom Menace at least is trying to tell a story. The characters frequently do things that don't make any sense and that they're only doing because it's in the script, but it's usually just things that are kind of dumb or that the writer didn't think about that hard, and so they don't make any sense, or things don't really line up. In Prometheus, there are times where the script seems to intentionally contradict itself, like go against a thing that it just set up establishing, and saying, that thing I just told you is apparently not true, and not for any reason that I'm explaining, just because now I'm choosing to disregard that scene that I just had, or the way that character was presented, or whatever.
What the last movie I saw that did that was?
What?
The Room.
I'm trying to think if The Room is better or worse from a standpoint. I mean, in The Room, no one really has any reason to do the things that they do, like, what's her name? What's the name of the main girl in that movie? I can't remember now. Lisa.
Who's tearing you apart?
Lisa, who is tearing the main character apart, really has no reason to tear him apart that is established. She just seems to do it because she says, I'm bored with him, and she's played up to be kind of a bitch. She's a sociopath, but there's no point in the movie where it's sort of hinted at or made extremely clear that she loves him and would do anything for him, and then the rest of the movie plays